I'm going to show you how to put on the Yoshimura frame sliders for the Honda CBR250r. As you can see here, this one on the right side of the bike is installed already, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install it. I'll install it on the left hand side of the bike here. I'll show you how to take the fairing off and install the frame slider. It's pretty easy. Okay, first step is to put down something on the ground which you'll place the fairing on, which I used a garbage bag here. And the next step is to go ahead and take the fairing off. To take the fairing off this bike, first off, there's 3 screws, hex screws. The first screw is right here on the outside, the most visible part of the bike. The second one is right here, right next underneath the headlight. You can see right there. Okay, and the third one is on the bottom, towards the bottom here. So remove those 3 hex screws first. After you have removed the hex screws, now you want to remove the fairing. In order to remove the fairing, you're going to have to undo the 3 tabs at the top of the fairing. There's one on the right side, one in the middle, and one near the turn signal. And in order to undo the tabs, you'll give the fairing a good pull towards you, and it should undo the tabs. The one at the turn signal is going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to pull the fairing towards the front of the bike a little bit so you can see it and then pop it out. Okay, and the next step you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to disconnect the turn signal here. Then you just want to go ahead and set the fairing down here. Okay. And this is what we got to work with here. And we're going to put the frame slider goes right here. Basically, these are the components here. The frame slider, you have the bracket, you have the brackets, the hex screws, and you have the slider here that fits like this. Stick that in there. Then you have the bolt. You have the bolt here that goes through here and attaches to the bracket. Okay, the frame slider, the bracket's going to go about right here. This is on the rider's left hand side of the bike here. It's going to go right here, and the bracket's going to go behind here. Bracket go behind here, and then you just screw those in. Just use your thumb here to hold the bracket. You take the screw, thread it through. Make sure you don't tighten it all the way. Keep it loose so you can put the other bolts in so it fits appropriately. And then when it's on there comfortably, then you want to go ahead and tighten all the hex screws here. And you want to just make sure there's enough clearance here so that you can get the other brackets on. And you can kind of tighten this up to hold it up. Hand tighten it, the top bolts, so that it... Now you just want to go ahead and put this in here and screw the slider into the bracket. Now just go ahead and put the, now that the frame slider is on, you want to go ahead and put the fairing back on the bike.